The results of another busy weekend at the box office have been released. It's no surprise that still in the #1 spot is Avengers Age of Ultron, racking up another $77.2 million, bringing its worldwide total up to over $875 million. In second place was the Reese Witherspoon and Sofia Vergara comedy Hot Pursuit with $13.3 million. Blake Lively's Age of Adaline brought in another $5.6 million with third place, with Furious 7 bringing in another $5.2 million for the fourth spot. Rounding out the top 5 was Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, which brought in another $5.1 million. Jot, what stands out to you about these box office results?
A couple of things stand out to me, one both positive and negative. Avengers Age of Ultron, I thought would be stronger in its second week. Look, you can't expect a movie that makes $191 million on its opening weekend to have a 40% drop because everybody rushed out to see it on that opening weekend. However, I did expect it to still be around 90. I was kind of expecting it to be around 90, and obviously came in below that. But of course, there's a lot of people out there who are pull out their doom and gloom brush and saying, oh my gosh, does this signal the end for Marvel? It's blah, blah. Keep this in perspective, everybody. At $77.2 million that the Avengers made on its second weekend. That is the highest second weekend in Hollywood history for any film not named Avengers. Let me repeat that. Sorry, it is the all-time highest grossing second weekend ever in the history of movies for any film not also named Avengers. More than Avatar, more than any other film other than the first Avengers. So while we start, there are already people out there who are shock jockeying to talking about and pontificating the end of Marvel. Let's keep in mind, in 1 week, it's made $800 and something million worldwide with a bunch of markets still to open in. So it's doing quite well. And honestly, Age of Adaline has surprised me very much. Yeah. I thought that movie looked just terrible. Not okay, I thought it looked terrible. And it was actually quite a bit better than I thought it would be. Still not, I'm
quite
not
a bit better than terrible.
Quite a bit better than terrible. I'm not going to say it was a great movie, but I also thought it would make like $12 million, to be honest. I didn't see the appeal. It's already made like 31, so that's pretty good for us. So those things that stand out to me. Schnepp, what about you?
Yeah, it's funny that there's two movies both with the age of, playing, and they're both like
I didn't put that together, actually.
1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that's like one off from each other. The age of, I wish there was a third
Paul
one.
Blart.
Yeah, Age of Mall Cop, maybe it would have been higher than 5. Yeah, the one to me that stands out is Hot Pursuit. Like, I literally hadn't heard of it. We were just talking about this earlier. Like, didn't even hear of it until like 2 weeks ago. And then ads popped up everywhere, and then there's a commercial for it. Now it's playing. So, and I haven't seen it. I don't know if I'm going to see it. I know Christian saw it. And didn't you love it?
Hot Pursuit?
Yeah.
Probably my favorite of the year. For me, I think one of the things with Age of Adaline is people are probably going to buy tickets. Yeah, I'll have one for Age of Ultron. Like, wait a minute. Ultron looks strange. Maybe that added to the money. No, but Age of Adaline, absolutely, is surprising how much money it's making, and that it's number 3. And like John said, it's certainly not the best movie in the world, but it's a fine for what it is, and it's proven that people are enjoying it. Hot Pursuit, and we kind of had this conversation off the air. I happen to think 13 million is not a great number for this movie because of what Reese Witherspoon just did for winning an Oscar. She's a big draw overseas, and they might, if they get lucky, break even on this thing. But I think that they've got to be not happy with a 13 million opening. I don't care if it's going up against Avengers or not. In regards to Avengers Age of Ultron, I'm surprised all the conversations that I've had with people going, it didn't do so well, huh? What are you talking about? It's made $300 million. It tied The Dark Knight, I think, as far as the fastest to make it to $300 million domestically. It's going to hit $1 billion probably within the next week and a half. $1 billion. In anyone's right mind, how is that a failure? I don't understand. Maybe because it didn't hit the monstrous numbers they were hoping for. But overall, I would say that to me, honestly, Age of Adaline stands out the most, and I'm glad to see Furious still pulling $5 million. Still pretty good for the amount of money.
Oh, for the amount of weeks that it's been out, and considering that Avengers: Age of Ultron is targeting a lot of the same audience that would be interested in Furious 7, for it to hang around is great. But yeah, you bring up a great point. People got to keep this in mind. Take out the original Avengers. Take that movie away. Just put it on the shelf for just a second. Avengers: Age of Ultron, biggest opening weekend in box office history, biggest second weekend in box office history. They're doing just fine. So don't worry about them at all.